When KU sophomore Patrick Blanchard first told his family he was gay, things went over well. Within a few days, however, the 18-year-old's father told him to leave home.
Yeah, argued for a while, and then he ended up kicking me out of the house that night. And so he gave me like 30 minutes to grab all my stuff and move out.
For the next year, Blanchard had no contact with his family and was forced to become entirely self-sufficient.
It was really difficult, especially with the transition from high school, like about to go to college, and like going through new student orientation by myself, when, you know, like other students had their parents and things like that with them, was just really weird.
Blanchard said he believed his father responded negatively to his coming out because he was afraid of what kind of life this would mean for his son.
I think he was scared a lot. He kept saying stuff like that, like he was worried that I was making the decision too early, and he was worried that I'd be faced with trouble and like be discriminated against because of it.
Sophomore Bill Wilson came out to his family when he was 17, but said he was especially nervous to tell his dad.
She said, "When do you want to tell your dad?" And I said, "Never."
After finally coming out, Wilson said his dad was understanding at first, but soon became angry.
He would lock his room so that no one else could get in. My sister would be banging on the other side, being like, "Don't talk to my brother like that," you know, because he's just yelling. And he's like, "Why would you put this through me? Why would you put me through this?"
Though he was never kicked out of the house, Wilson eventually moved out because of tensions with his dad.
He always let me know that. He always said, "You know, I could have kicked you out. I could have, no. Well, it got to a point where I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to see him.
Blanchard and Wilson agreed that coming out was a difficult experience, but that they learned a lot about themselves along the way. They also were both able to reconcile with their families.
It was rough coming out, but I wouldn't change it at all. I'd say that it was definitely worth it.
Wilson also said he was able to overcome his difficulties with his dad by finding communities in his fraternity, the pharmacy school, and his group of friends that accepted him.
I am just very lucky. I'm very lucky. And I never forget that.
He also told gay and lesbian teens to be prepared when coming out for the first time, because not everyone reacts like you might think.
Usually have a good idea before you tell someone, but sometimes it can catch you off guard.
For Lawrence Pride, I'm Lindsey Mayfield.